You finish saying the final line of your speech, and you stand there alone in silence on the stage. A split second later, the crowd rushes to their feet, and the auditorium is filled with the sound of applause. It is the ending to a speech that every speaker dreams about, where the audience is left in awe about the incredible way that you've ended your speech. You drove home your message and left them aching for more. Now, admittedly, this won't happen every time you speak, but what we can do is learn how to craft effective intros and outros to draw our audience in and leave them with a long-lasting and memorable impression. First, let's start with those intros. Introductions are one of the most important aspects of any speech. They're the moment where your audience decides whether or not they're going to give you their attention for the next 2, 5, or 20 minutes. So let's talk about 3 different introduction strategies that are going to make your audience want to hear more. The first strategy is to ignite curiosity. In other words, you want to give your audience a knowledge gap that requires close attention to what you're going to say next. I like to think of this as a teaser. You give them a good idea of what your main focus might be, but you don't quite give away your key takeaways in the speech. Let's say you started your speech like this. Today, I'm going to explain why the key to success as an entrepreneur is simply this: determination. With this intro, your audience knows what you're going to be talking about, but you've given away your key takeaway too early. There's a good chance that your audience will hear this and disengage because they feel like you've already given them all the value that they can. So, what's a better way to form this introduction? Over the next few minutes, I plan to reveal what I believe to be the key to success as an entrepreneur and how anyone here can cultivate it. You'll find clues in the story that I'm about to tell. This intro entices your audience by drawing them in and making them want to know what you have to say. It not only helps you win their attention, but the suspense that you build makes your central message all the more powerful when it is revealed. Another introduction strategy is showing an impactful image, video, or object. Of course, this only works if visual aids are part of your presentation or speech, but it can be a great tool to get your audience's attention. Be intentional with the visuals that you use. It should have high impact on your audience, whether that be initial confusion, shock, or even amusement. You want to get a reaction from your audience to get them invested in your speech. The third introduction strategy we're going to look at today is leading with a little bit of drama or suspense. When you use this type of introduction, your goal is to build drama and say a sentence that lands in the opening 20 seconds of your speech. Let's take a look at an example of a speech about the youth criminal justice system. On the path that American children travel to adulthood, 2 institutions oversee the journey. The first is one we hear a lot about: college. College has some shortcomings. It's expensive. It leaves young people in debt, but all in all, it's a pretty good path. Today, I want to talk about the second institution overseeing the journey from childhood to adulthood in the United States. And that institution is prison. This is a great example of how the speaker builds suspense in a dramatic fashion. They could have just said, "Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about the youth criminal justice system." But without the suspense, it doesn't nearly have the same impact.